Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today we're going to be reviewing Stuffed. Stuffed is developed and published by, it's developed by Waving Bear Studio and published by the game publisher. It released on 12/20/2023 and is available for $12.49 on Xbox. Stuffed is a first-person shooter, and you play as a teddy bear. You also fight waves of toys to defend the bedroom of your owner, a little girl and the game is basically you're in her dream. The waves are endless, and you can find power-ups and weapons throughout the map to help you succeed. You will get XP that helps you do that. There's a nice variety of weapons and enemies that keep it interesting. As the waves advance and more enemies come, it gets harder, and you have to adapt your play to the enemies that are coming. Protecting the door is the key here. So the only enemy I hate are the Shadow Monster, as the hitbox on him is really bad, at least on the Xbox version, and he does a tremendous amount of damage to the door and is very difficult to take down unless you get a power-up that helps kill him instantly. The giant bear power-up definitely helps you do that. Unfortunately, on Steam, this game does have online co-op, and that would definitely benefit this game a lot on Xbox, as it doesn't exist here. If you've ever played a Horde mode in Gears of War or like zombies in Call of Duty, it is very similar to that idea. Though each time you play, there's a random map set for where you start. Though the maps have multiple options, they are procedural, so the pickups possible in each area are consistent. So like if you open a door for the first time, you'll get the same starting weapons and things in that area, and the second set of items, etc. You also earn XP, which helps you unlock different abilities. You can use those abilities to help you do different things. I highly suggest getting the giant teddy bear and also the one for giving the door more upside, more health, as you're going to need those as you go. You can also unlock points, which will help you unlock skins for your character as well. Those are just for cosmetic look. They don't have any effect in the game, but they are interesting and fun, and you can have some different skins for your liking. As for the achievements in the game, they're going to take some time. There are definitely a lot of weapons achievements, so you're going to have to kill different amounts of enemies with different weapons, but as you progress and get more weapons, they're quite fun, and so I definitely recommend those. However, it does take a few doors to be open to get to those really good weapons, so do keep that in mind. And so you're going to have to be able to surviving some nights, and there's also some achievements for surviving a lot of nights. This won't be a fast 1000 gamer score. I could easily see this being a 10 to 20 hour completion, if not more than that. I would say maybe 15 to 20 is probably where this game will land on TA, but I think it's definitely possible to be more or less depending on your skill level. Overall, I am going to give this game a 6.2 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but it needs multiplayer to really be a lot more fun. I could see this game boosting to a 7.2 just based on if it has that multiplayer online with multiple people. Having somebody to play with would definitely boost this a lot. Some balancing in this game is also needed. There are some bugs too with the enemies, as they do get stuck on things, and sometimes I was getting hit through walls and stuff, which is kind of weird, especially with the big enemy that can be kind of irritating. And also the hitboxes for some of the enemies is very inconsistent, which I also didn't like, especially again with the big giant guy. He's very hard to hit, and it makes it really difficult to feel comfortable when you're playing, especially if you get in a precarious situation. He starts hitting the door and you don't have a great weapon to hurt him with. It can definitely get really dicey really fast. I have had several good runs where I felt like I was doing really solid, and then suddenly that guy would just pop up and I would not have the ammo, and I'd have to run around to try to find it, and he takes out the door so quickly that it would be very difficult there, and I wouldn't have the right power-ups and stuff like that. So obviously it's a fun game. It could be a lot better if they could add some balancing and get some multiplayer in it. But overall, it's a fun game. It's also not priced all that terribly at $12.49. I do think a $9.99 price point for this would have been perfect. I would probably wait for this to go on sale, at least in its current state, but if they could do some updates and potentially add some online to it, that could definitely boost the game. Overall, it's just a silly game, and it is, it's reasonably fun to just pick up and play. However, it does have a difficulty factor that could make it a little bit more difficult for novice players, so to keep that in mind. So it's not something that you can be super mindless in necessarily, but it's definitely a fun game, and it's definitely worth a look at the very least on a sale. So with that said, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you have any comments or questions about this game or anything else, feel free to leave those below, and have a nice day, guys.